Well, we're announcing today a package of more than £12 million, which will help individuals, businesses, farmers and communities right across Scotland that have been hit so badly by flooding in the last couple of weeks. Now, what that will provide is a flat rate grant of £1,500 for every individual or business or community organisation who's had their property flooded. There will be additional support of £3,000 for businesses who are unable to trade because of the flooding. We've set up a £5 million infrastructure fund which will help councils like this one with, for example, fixing the road between Braemar and Ballater, so to help put the infrastructure back in place, and a £1 million fund to help farmers who've had flood banks flooded and whose land is affected. So this is a package of support in addition to the support that the Deputy First Minister announced at the start of December in response to Storm Desmond, that I hope will go some considerable way to helping those who've been worst affected.
But we've seen flooding on an unprecedented scale. The rain has been relentless and it's affected many, many parts of Scotland. Is £12 million, £16 million going to be enough?
Well, in addition to that 16 million, it'll be more than 16 million because the £3,000 for businesses that are unable to trade is demand-led. So that will be for any business that's in that position. But in addition to that, obviously we spend considerable sums of money every year in improving flood defences and flood protection schemes. There's also the Bellwyn scheme, which is there to allow local authorities to apply for help from the Scottish Government with the immediate costs they face in clean-up or dealing with the immediate impacts of flooding. But we'll keep this under review. I've said all along, the Deputy First Minister has said all along, that we stand ready to work with local authorities to provide whatever help we need to. What's happened in communities like this one, I'm in Inverurie just now, has been devastating for people, and there's a long recovery road ahead for some people whose homes in particular have been flooded. On the other side of that, of course, as I said when I visited Newton Stewart last week, the community spirit here is absolutely incredible. Communities coming together, the emergency services, other services working together. So my heartfelt thanks go to everybody who has responded in such an exemplary way to this unprecedented situation.
But people who've been hit by this flooding will fear that this is what the future holds, and we're told by experts to expect the climate to change, and that this is the sort of weather that Scotland should be expecting. Looking further ahead, isn't it the case that there needs to be a wholesale review of our infrastructure, and that might end up not costing millions but billions?
Well, we need to make sure we're doing the right things, not just in the immediate aftermath of what's happened, but in the medium and long term as well. There are 14 flood risk management strategies now in place across Scotland, and they've been carefully considered. As a result of that, there are more than 40 proposed schemes for new flood defences, which over the next 4 or 5 years will see investment of more than £200 million. So we need to make sure, because the kind of what we've been describing as unprecedented weather conditions over the last couple of weeks are likely to become much more commonplace. So as a country, as we have been doing over the past few years, we need to continue to make sure we're prepared for that. And the Scottish Government, with our partners in local authorities, SEPA, because we also of course invest in SEPA and the Met Office's flood forecasting system, which has been crucial over the last couple of weeks in making sure that local authorities have as much advance warning of potential flooding as possible to allow them to prepare and respond as best as they can.